Collective, welcome to the channel. It is September 8th. September 8th, 2025. And we're going to check in with Spirit and get you a message. Update. Collective energy, please, Spirit. Collective energy. Storyline for the collective, please. Storyline for the collective. Please and thank you. Alright. In the central energy. High Priestess. Sacred Wisdom. Divine Feminine in the challenge position. I mean, could be something hidden. Some kind of an illusion. Maybe you need to hide something. Having some premonitions in the subconscious. Love. Ace of Cups. Love. In the recent past. Page of Swords in the reversed. Deception and manipulation. All talk. No action. Intentions, expectations. Temperance. Somebody wants to deceive a temperance angel. Somebody manipulation of a temperance angel. Dear future. King of Swords. That is the truth about what's going on here. The lens that's being looked through. Knight of Swords. In the environment. Knight of Pentacles. Hopes and fears. Seven of Pentacles. And the outgoing energy. Queen of Swords. A little warm. A little warm. So somebody's heartbroken here over a homecoming. We've got Page of Pentacles here. An investment, Hierophant, celebration, and a new beginning, and justice for the Sun. Rebirth. High Priestess. Well, we've got expectations and martyr. Somebody's expecting to martyr this high priestess. This high priestess is expecting that there's going to be somebody trying to martyr them to get her seat. She knows that there's a whole bunch of red rumming energies out there that want her freaking position. We've got the moon. So those who are illusionists, there could be some kind of premonitions. Somebody's afraid. Somebody's afraid. So we've got the moon card, we've got chicken and limelight. Somebody is afraid of your position here. We've got love. Ace of Cups and peace. Could be those who were expected to take your position are being martyred. We'll get more clarification. We've got a Page of Swords in the reverse, a deceiver, a manipulator. We've got hospitality. All talk, trying to congratulate you, an earth angel. They're trying to hide the past. They don't want you to know the past. Their deception. We've got the King of Swords here who has clarity regarding the truth. We've got location in the reverse. And remember in the reverse. Knight of Swords, trying to defend their beliefs, thinking fast, communication, ready to fight. Look at that. Routinely, Knight of Pentacles, investing in something routinely. We've got important in the reverse, investing in things that are not important. They're not seen as important. We do have a Seven of Pentacles in the upright. We've got perseverance, hard work, Ouija board. Queen of Swords is there, also clear-minded, spiritual throne. So we've got a Queen of Swords here. She could be a judge. She knows the truth. She's seated on that spiritual throne. She's telling the truth about whatever it is that's going on here. King of Swords is in the environment. He could be dealing with, well, we got a location. So somebody doesn't know a location. So there's no location. We've got memory, but we've got it in the reverse. So we've got no memory of a location. Grave. Entertainment in the grave. And there's justice for your purpose, or maybe your purpose is to bring justice. Queen of Swords is there with that spiritual throne. You handled this wise guy perfectly regarding this pathway of puppeting, manipulation. So we've got time for vanity, kin, religious kin, vain religious kin. A snake, a competition between a snake and a wholesome person. This is prophesied. You're conscientious. You kept your house clean. Even while they were haunting you, you survived. You survived the drama. And you're here and now. You're here now. And you got a bunch of addicts who are addicted to competing with you. These ancestors wanted to be seen as you. Absent fathers. Absent fathers. Invisible service. What the heck? You know, they're invisible. They don't actually do anything. They want to claim that they do, but they never actually do. So we got the high priestess, high morals, high values, purity. And we've got expectation and martyr. Somebody's expecting to martyr you. You have somebody's expecting your seat. What's going on with this expectation and martyr of the high priestess? What's happening with that, Spirit? Is that according to the high priestess? Is the high priestess getting martyred? No, somebody lied. There's a liar here. So somebody has expectations. We've got a high priestess. Somebody has expectations of taking her position and martyring her. This is a liar. There's a liar who wants to take the position of this high priestess. They're in fear. They're casting illusions here. They're afraid of of her being in this position because she's a freaking giant. So it could be that somebody martyred. Somebody's attempting to martyr this high priestess, and with the expectation of taking her seat. They're a liar. They're a freaking chicken. They're casting illusions regarding this giant high priestess. This big old Ace of Cups, love and peace. Distance. Somebody's at a distance. Somebody's afraid of your light. They're at a distance. Ace of Cups, love, peace, and caution. You're being cautious. You know that there's liars out there who want to take your position. They're deceptive, manipulative. They're here congratulating you, but they're just a bunch of liars. Look, they're not able to present you with any challenges. Congratulations, they're not able to challenge you. They failed in their challenge. They're a liar. Temperance. So you're balanced. There's no backstory, and we've got honeymoon in the reverse. So there's no backstory for a marriage with this temperance. It was all a lie. There wasn't anything there. There's no backstory regarding a honeymoon with this temperance angel. They were lying. King of Swords has mental clarity. Somebody's not remembering something. Somebody's not remembering something. They can't find a location. They're not able to remember a location. The King of Swords knows the truth. Somebody's not remembering a location, a space of a pet. A pet. Somebody's getting a new pet. Health. So somebody's defending their beliefs regarding, they want to communicate regarding their health. They're fighting. They're fighting for their health. Knight of Pentacles, hard work. And then we've got important in the reverse. Patience in the reverse. They're not seen as somebody that's important. They worked really hard, but they're still not seen as somebody important. They're out of patience. We've got the Seven of Pentacles here. They've been working real hard with the spirits, with the Ouija board. They've made an investment there. Someone else, a third party. So they've been dealing with the Ouija board, spirits, third parties. They've been working real hard. They're very much invested in this, and they're not important. They're not seen as important. They didn't get what they had gained. They're out of patience. The Queen of Swords knows the truth about this. She's on the spiritual throne, letting go of third-party enemies. letting go of third-party enemies. Divorce. Divorce. There could be a pregnancy, there could be an ending and a beginning. This is the ending and a new beginning. So there's a divorce here, and then there's a new beginning for the mother. Third-party enemies are being let go. This narcissist has to repeat the cycle. They're trying to manifest date night here. They're taking a gamble with their intuition on a fire sign. The fire sign's giving it time because they know what's going on here. There's a liar in the midst, and they have expectation of taking her position, and they want to martyr her. It's right there. High Priestess is expecting this seat, this position here, this limelight position. And there's martyr. Somebody may have martyred this High Priestess for this position. Somebody expecting a martyr. Somebody wants to unalive this High Priestess, a liar. Somebody's being sneaky. Somebody's trying to make life hard for her. Grieving in the reverse. So there's illusions here. Somebody's afraid of you. You're a giant. You're seen as a big presence. These ones are distant from you. There's no grieving. You're an Ace of Cups love. You're peace. You're using caution, or there is caution. Somebody lost. Somebody needs to use caution. They lost. This liar needs to use caution. There's deception here with the Page of Swords reversed, a manipulator. They've just been talking. Congratulations. They weren't able to challenge you. They're not able to challenge you. Temperance angel, no honeymoon, no backstory. So what? You're not repeating the past. You're not married to anybody. There's no contracts. Many flames. King of Swords. Remember, in the reverse, location in the reverse, pets and leaving. Secrets. So it's like, remember, so the memories, he knows the truth about it, and the memories are in the reverse. So it's like he's getting rid of the memories. Location in the reverse, he's hiding this location. We've got pets, getting a new pet. Leaving. This is tricky. Knight of Swords, defending their beliefs. They want to communicate. They want to box. They got health and distant. They want to talk about your health. They're at a distance here. They were working hard, but they're not seen as important. They're out of patience. Their cup is empty. They've been working real hard with these spirits and somebody else to sabotage. This is what they've been doing. Knight of Pentacles. This is their work. They just do spell work, is all, and they F around. Third party sexuality. Look, escape. They want to escape. They're hoping for an escape. The Queen of Swords knows the truth. She's on that spiritual throne, and she's letting go of the third-party enemies who are working in the dark. She's letting them go. because they left the diamonds alone, the stars, the suns, the ones that were here to help lift them and keep, they kept them in the dark. They wanted to bury them there. We got a secret. They did not see this coming. It was a blind spot, and now they're going under because you see that they're just a weed. These childish people want forgiveness for the crap, for ignoring your needs, because everything's falling apart and it's ending. Everything's ending, and they've been seen as guilty. They're crushed emotionally, stuck in this crazy drama, and they gotta face it. They're having anxiety about the future, looking for an exit plan, but they were playing games with love. They still want to play games with love, and you're tired of it. You're tired of getting tangled up with this and getting burned by it. It's just stupid. It's not even worth it. They turned the whole world into a preference. Like, get out. Nobody needs you there. They made it very clear. It's so weird how a narcissist, abuser like that, they'll come in and then they'll act like they want this or that, and like a relationship or to be with you, and then they come in and as soon as they get what they want, they're just a jerk. Very childish. My narcissist mother once told me, well, if you don't need me anymore, and I thought, this is so weird because I hadn't seen her in like 7 years. I'm like, well, you trained me not to need you. So it was so weird when she said that. I'm like, you're basically non-existent in my life, and yet you're saying that? Well, if you don't need me. It's been 7 years since I've seen you. What are you talking about? They could be completely absent out of your life, and yet in their head, they're all the way in. Years can go by before you ever see them, speak of them, think of them, and yet in their mind, they're all the way involved in your life, and it's just not true. It's weird. High priestess, expectation, martyr, liar, rocky, homeless. High priestess. So it could be those who martyred people with the expectation of taking their seat, lying about them, making their life very, very hard, and then cast away. Homeless. Somebody's lying. There could be a high priestess that is a liar, that does martyr people. It could be a liar. Or maybe the high priestess is just there pointing out who is wanting to martyr people. Maybe she's just pointing them out. Those who wanted to martyr her with the expectation of taking her chair. We've got the moon here, so there's fear, there's chicken, there's limelight. She's a big deal. We got distance and grieving in the reverse. Relaxed. You're relaxed. Like, they got to keep their distance from you. They're at a distance. Yeah, there's a chicken here who is afraid, and they're lying on you hard. They want you to be martyred. So there was a vote taken recently, and apparently those who want to martyr this high priestess did not get the response that they wanted. They're trying to convince the populace that it was coincidental, that she's not really a high priestess suited for this spiritual throne, that it's just a coincidence that she happens to know this, speak this truth, be powerful, be generous, be loving. This is what she is. And you've got this nastiness surrounding her that wants to martyr her in a big way, and they're trying to push people into it. She's a big old cup of love. She's a peaceful person. And somebody needs to use caution because they've lost. This liar has lost. They could not trap this high priestess. They got to get off their freaking horse, man. They've lost. They can't trap her. This liar is getting cast away because they're trying to martyr this high priestess so that they can take her position, dress up in her energy, steal her intellectual property, dress up in it and pretend that they are that when they're not that. It's her. She is a high priestess. She is a limelight giant. She's got this shining light. She's got this big old cup of love, major peace. And she's being surrounded by haters that are trying to convince society or somebody within the circle that she's not fit. They want to martyr her. They want to unalive a high priestess. These third-party enemies. You know why? Because they're getting let go. She's like, look, they want to martyr her, these third parties, and then they want to dress up in her energy and call themselves a high priestess. They really want her position. They really want to dress up in her energy and pretend that they are that. Blind. So we've got deception, Page of Swords in the reverse. This is a deceiver. Challenged by this, or he's tempted by the snake. They're not able to bring you any challenges. Congratulations. They're blind. So the snake is blind. They're not able to challenge you. You got temperance energy here, and we've got backstory in the reverse. It's like the intentions and expectations is that we're not going to repeat the past regarding marriages and unions. We're not going to repeat that past. We're going to have balance because they brought, look, it can take many tries to find the right one. We're not doing that again. We're not repeating the past. Many flames. You just got to go, try this one out, try that one out, and none of them are good enough. No, man. We're not doing that again. We're not in here for a relationship with batteries. Look, magic. No more, look, no more repeating the past, doing magic on the stars, on the suns, in order to get a honeymoon, a contract, a relationship. No love spells, no magical freaking marriage contracts in the ethers that you never show up in the physical for. Balance is being restored. These ones have been doing magic on many temperance angels, many flames, and it's over. We're not repeating the past. King of Swords is here. It's like he's clearing out the memory of this stuff. There's a hidden location. We've got pets and leaving without hesitation. You're leaving without hesitation. Somebody is not a sweetheart. So, yeah, somebody might be trying to do something with pets. The King of Swords knows about this. Somebody's not a sweetheart. They're not affecting this sweetheart. They want to flip this. Without hesitation, you're leaving or they're leaving. They're being wiped from the memory. They're being removed from the location. They may be trying to sacrifice pets in order to get into your stuff. King of Swords is going to smack them down. We got Knight of Swords here defending their beliefs regarding they want to communicate regarding their health. They are at a distance and they're having a natural disaster. Things could be falling apart for them. This Knight of Pentacles has been working real hard, but they're not seen as important. They're out of patience. Their cup is empty. Their cup is empty. And we've got readiness. There's arrangements being made. There's some kind of preparations. They were working real hard. They made an investment in this third-party enemy Ouija board, bullpucky, and now they want to escape, or you have escaped. You're getting eternal love. They want to escape eternal love. Look, they were working real hard with the Ouija board to escape eternal freaking love. There's no love in these entities. They wanted to escape eternal love. This is so freaking weird, man. Or maybe eternal love escaped. Take it as it resonates. Queen of Swords knows the truth. She's here announcing what that is. She's on this spiritual throne. She's letting go of these entities that were playing the field and messing up marriages and children's mother-father support system, playing around in the dark side. They're letting go of this. Look, and there's death. Death. So there's death. They've been using the spirits to try to use love as an emotional escape. They wanted your designation of eternal love, but they're third-party hoe bags. You're letting them go. We've got collaboration and family. You could have a new family here. King of Swords, Queen of Swords. Somebody wanted to fight with you because you cared about children, because you cared about the husband or the wife. You cared about family. They wanted to fight with you because they just wanted to be third-party F-boys and girls for the rest of eternity. Yay, we could go sleep with whoever we want. But you got a promise on the schedule. Those who were trying to rob you of eternal love are feeling overwhelmed right now with their disturbances. And why are they feeling overwhelmed with that? Because you're calm and you've reached your goals, which means, and you've got, look, you're saving, you're high value, you're worth saving. And these people are stressed out. They're in a nightmare over your blessing. And the fact that they're bound to the commitments that they made while preying on your downfall throughout the history. There's a coach here that's furious that you are seen as a good moral person. You've earned a lot of merit, and they've lost. And now they're getting unfreedom. They're losing their freedom. They're getting confined, or maybe they're just getting confined out of your mind. They're getting like a mental prison or something. They can't go and mess with your imagination or the imagination of society in order to find out who's got money and energy and how they can get it. So yeah, prideful people are in danger for using this strategy against the minds of eternal love. You're ready for sweet dreams. You're getting your home, your land, your business, and a new job. It could be that those who are working against you, these third-party enemies, are going through withdrawals. These are mask-wearing, false people, lying, lie. They didn't give a crap about nobody except the next orgasm and what kind of money they were going to get for it. So it could this could also be that there's a high priestess here expected to take this seat. She's here, she's expected to take this seat. It could be that whoever was lying against her, trying to get her martyred, is being martyred. Their life is going to be real hard, or maybe they're being cast away for making this high priestess's life difficult. They lied on her. Him, take as it resonates. Genders, please do what you need to do with that. So the high priestess is expected to take this seat. We've got her in her Queen of Swords energy on that spiritual throne. Somebody lied trying to get her to be martyred, and they're getting cast away. They're getting cast away out of this new chapter for making things difficult. They're in fear here with the moon card, this illusionist. They're a chicken. They're afraid of this limelight, of this divine feminine high priestess being in her giant energy. It's obvious who she is. This isn't a coincidence. This isn't a coincidence. You've got a liar here. You've got a liar here who is afraid of her energy, her status. They can't match it. And so they want to unalive her so that they can feel as though, you know, they're important, so that they can tell the youth and other people what to do. They don't want this high priestess guiding people, influencing people with her sacred wisdom and this high morals, high ethical, high honorable status. She speaks the truth. She is the truth. She's divinely connected. And you've got this chick in here doing magic. Trying to get her martyred. Trying to unalive her. She's all about responsibilities, the finances, the emotional well-being of her children, of her family. She's relaxed. She's not grieving. She doesn't have any reason. She's in this position for a reason. She's a divine nurturer. Big old loving cup. Big old peace. Sacred wisdom. Somebody needs to use caution. They have lost because they weren't able to trap her. They want to. They want to trap her. They want to martyr her and trap her in some freaking dimensional reality so that they can step in as her and then continue to screw families over with their third-party enemy stuff. Reciprocity. Equal give and take. The golden rule, what you put out will come back to you. And these ones are doing magic. And they've done magic on many flames. Many flames. There were many temperance angels that were in marriage contracts and then removed from history. These ones thought that they had exterminated the earth angels. The true, original. They said they were a myth. They didn't actually exist. And they really thought that. They really thought you were all gone. All of you were CRISPR'd into a genetic version that they could claim the rights to. And it's weird, you know, because they genetically altered the flesh temple, but it doesn't like, I don't know that they can actually claim the soul and the spirit of the flesh suit. It's just a house. That the soul and the spirit are not the flesh. So I don't know what these guys are thinking, what kind of logic they got going on. It's weird to me. God owns the soul, the spirit. It's our Heavenly Father. And these men who are out here trying to get this high priestess martyred thinks that they own her energy, and that's just not the case. They may own the flesh if they CRISPR'd it, but they haven't done that to this particular one. The chasing. So congratulations, the deceiver, the manipulator is being made blind. They're not able to, the snake is not able to present you challenges. They don't want to chase after you anymore. You're a temperance angel, and there's history. The backstory is in the reverse. Like, there's no backstory of a honeymoon. Like, maybe you weren't married, or you weren't involved in a marriage, or nobody decided. Many flames. Nobody married you. So this temperance angel, there's no backstory regarding a honeymoon. So there's no marriage. They sacrificed an earth angel, and then they lied. They lied about it. So they lied about it. They sacrificed a temperance angel in the history, and they nullified. There was no honeymoon. There was no marriage contract. There was no backstory. They just did magic and made it appear as though there were contracts, but there never was. They did that with many flames. There was no actual marriage. They did magical bindings and then sacrificed them for their light, for their merchandise, their earth angelic merchandise. But there was no freaking honeymoon. It was all a magical illusion. There was no agreement. There was no permission. Backstory in the reverse. There was no history of it. Remember, in the reverse, there was no history of it. Honeymoon in the reverse. There was no marriage. There was no... Yeah, whoever this is that was lying about this, that was getting contracts, false contracts, with stars and flames, lights, that without a marriage. It was all magical. You know, they were sacrificing pets using that energy to keep the sweethearts apart. And they're doing that right now. They're going to leave. They're going to leave without hesitation. They're leaving. They're going to be evicted out of the territory, out of the location. They're going to be wiped from the memory for using pets, trying to keep these sweethearts apart. They're not a sweetheart. These people are not sweethearts. We got reunion here. King of Swords is in a reunion. Somebody's driven to explain themselves. They want to communicate about health. They're at a distance, having a natural disaster. They might need your help. They're egotistical, having a natural disaster. Their health is failing or something. They want to communicate about their health. They're like, how did you do it? What can I do? How can I help myself? They're going through it most likely at a distance. They worked real hard. They're still not seen as important. They're out of patience. Their cup is empty. They're getting ready for something. There's some kind of an arrangement being made. They're not able to sabotage you. Their cup is empty. You're ready. They're not able to sabotage you. They worked real hard here with their third-party hoe bag to sabotage you with the spirits. There's an escape for eternal love. They wanted to use the spirits in order to escape and gain eternal love. These third-party hoe bags, they missed their opportunity. So this somebody else, they were working real hard, long-term view, working real hard, sleeping with Jezebels, succubuses, incubuses, energy harvesting off these stars, using their magic. There's an escape for eternal love, and these ones missed their opportunity. The Queen of Swords knows the truth. She's seated upon that spiritual throne. She's letting go of those bisexual people who have been targeting husband and wife and child, family, domestic homes. There's letting go of this bullshit. Doing magic, pretending that they're love when they're nothing but death, man. Look, there's death and dark side. They're being let go. They're going to the place where they belong. To the place I belong. They want forgiveness. They're running away. Their values were all about money. They didn't give a shit about nothing. Unexpected outcome. So dark side, death, unexpected outcome. They're being let go. They're overwhelmed. They could be overwhelmed by the gossip. People are talking about it. They're in disagreement about this. You always maintained hope for a beautiful, loyal, faithful union. Somebody wants to talk to you about neglecting you. You understand what they've done, and they're getting detached out of your energy because they're unworthy of being in it. You're holding back. You don't want to have nothing to do with these third-party, dishonest, lying sacks of crap who have been framing temperance angels in a bad way. They didn't appreciate any of the beauty that they brought. They would not let go of their habitual patterns. They tried to F their way into a soul contract, daydreaming about being an angel. They've been found guilty. They want to fix this connection, but there's nothing that they can do about it. It's too late. It's too late. They're feeling the damages that they've caused, the pain from the damages that they've caused. They want to escape. They're confused. They're like, forgiveness, forgiveness. And it's like they're running away. Their values are all about money. And it's like, no, they cannot separate you from love. Self-love and the love that you have here. Queen of Swords, King of Swords. High Priestess is here. They can't separate High Priestess from her self-love because she's in union with the all that is. I mean, source. There's some unfinished business here. The truth has been revealed about the secrets that these ones have been keeping. They're in regret, over the happy times that they had while keeping you alone and isolated, trying to steal your destiny. They're feeling broken and shattered because you're stepping into it and you're being made absent. You're not there, or they're being made absent. They're not going to get into your energy anymore. They don't know what to do because they're stuck on the shadow side. Is unexpected outcome. There's death and dark side. This is the end of your needing to deal with this. You know, look, we've got escape. You've escaped. There's an escape for real eternal love. You've escaped this nastiness. This low vibrational, unfaithful, lying, game playing crap in the shadows. So there is a liar here in the central energy. They're lying, they're telling stories. Look, a soldier is talking smack about this high priestess here. She's expected to take her seat, this spiritual throne. And you've got a liar here who might be wanting to martyr her, or they're getting martyred. They're being cast away, or they want her to be cast away. They made life really hard for her. And there's a new chapter here. The liar is being martyred. The liar is being martyred. The one who wanted to have a threesome and then replace her, drop her into South Node, and then replace her in this eternal love union that would always be made into this, you know, and it's gross. It's just gross, man. Look, wife, she is already the wife of somebody. And somebody, she's expected to take this seat, and somebody is lying, trying to get her martyred. They made life real hard for her, and they're getting cast away. This is a new chapter. Gift. Service. Messenger. So this high priestess is the gift. She provides services for the people. There is a message here. This is a new chapter. She's the wife of somebody. The King of Swords is here. Queen of Swords is here. They're reunited. They know the truth about what these people have been doing. Oh, look at this. Irreplaceable love. Somebody made mistakes. They're very unsatisfied about these two coming together in a dang soul tie. And it's just the way that it is. They're overwhelmed by it. They're faithful here. Responsible, faithful, loving, loyal, moral, ethical, honorable, peaceful. Love. So this high priestess wife is a big old cup of love, a big old cup of peace. And it's overflowing. It's overflowing. This liar needs to use caution. They've lost, and they're getting back what they gave. They were not able to trap this high priestess wife because she is love. We've got reciprocity. She is love. She's going to get love. And a fortune. And a fortune. Somebody was chasing after the fortune of this high priestess. This this freaking page of swords. This page of swords, tempted by the snake, being deceptive, being manipulative, talking up a storm, lies, trying to get this high priestess martyred so they could own or possess her energy and her gifts. This is somebody's wife. Temperance angel. There's no backstory for a honeymoon here. Many flames had magic done on them to make it appear as though they were They were doing magic to try to trap many, many flames and keep them out of this eternal love situation. They wanted to trap them in the dark so that these third-party enemies could continue to siphon off of them for eternity and pretend that they are them while they suffered and transmuted their death energy. We got house. So they were doing magic on the house, the flesh suit of many earth angels. They were piling on this filth into their energy field. King of Swords knows the truth about what this non-sweetheart has been doing to pets to try to get the sweethearts separated. Somebody's being removed from memory. There's like no location. They're being removed from the location. They're being removed from the memory. There's leaving and there's no hesitation. We've got reunion and soul tie. King of Swords, reunion, soul tie. Yeah, so all those people that were trying to unalive you and stuff, it's like they're getting, look, we've got frivolity. So happiness, this is a happy soul tie. He's taking care of these pleasure seekers here. There's no hesitation. And he's dealing with this Knight of Swords, trying to rush in and communicate regarding health. This prideful person is in a natural disaster trying to survive, and they're at a distance. Lord. The Lord is distant. They're far, far away from the Lord. They've been working real hard to be important, and it didn't work out. Important is in the reverse. They've been working real hard on, they wanted to be seen as important, and it just didn't work out. They've been effing this and effing that, stealing money, putting out lights, doing magic, cursing people. They're out of patience. Their cup is empty. They weren't able to sabotage you, and there's arrangements being made for what's going on here. Letter. Arrangements, getting ready. Somebody's got a letter. Somebody's getting the instructions. They worked real hard, long-term view with someone else, this third-party enemy, to sabotage eternal love using spirits, haunting people, messing with their mind, messing with their life, sacrificing them with this magic, putting them in the dark side. Eternal love has escaped the thief. The thief has missed their opportunity. Priest. A thief, priest. Death. Surprised. Scholar, foe. Praying to the Lord, who is far, far away. They don't believe in God. Not the one you're with. They believe in the Ouija board or whatever spirits that they've been haunting stars with. High priestess, temperance angel. So the Queen of Swords knows the truth. She's on the spiritual throne. She's letting go of third-party enemies who've been sabotaging husband and wife, child, children, home life. There's an unexpected outcome, and there's death to the dark side, or dark side and death. And we've got waiting. They could be waiting on death. Merchant. They're sick about this merchant. There's a young woman with child, or a young woman who is innocent. Could be the wife, high priestess, Queen of Swords. Whoever this false person is, there's a servant. Somebody's providing a service on creating widowers falsely or something. It's like they do documentation, or they get these contracts and then they put them under. Look, honeymoon is in the reverse. There was no marriage. There's no backstory of a marriage with this temperance angel. This high priestess wife, Queen of Swords belongs with this King of Swords, but you've got a liar. You've got a liar here who's wanting to spread rumors and then get this High Priestess wife martyred. They were talking the other day about nullifying this union, which has been consummated with witnesses and everything. You've got this liar who's trying to dream up a freaking reason why their marriage should be nullified. Look, they're working real hard here, trying to set this person up. She's here letting them go. She's in her Queen of Swords energy. She's a High Priestess, Temperance Angel in her Queen of Swords energy on this spiritual throne, and she's letting third parties go. And so they're going to lie about her. They want to lie about her, and they want to accuse her of being a third party so that they can nullify her marriage and get her kicked off of this spiritual throne, because these pleasure seekers don't want these sweethearts together. They're unaliving pets. They're doing all kinds of magic right now, and they've been trapping the houses of many flames. This could have been going on last night. I mean, I heard last night that there were some of the unalivings go in a gentle way. We've got some people that are walking into that house, but that wasn't the case here. Look, we got a reunion here. We got a reunion. You're friends with each other. Somebody has been consistently causing misfortune for you or others, and they're a sign. Because you have hope. The sweetheart has hope. You never gave it up. And you've got joy in the mind. We've got an old woman here who is sick. They're sick because you're happy. You know, they've been fighting real hard trying to, regarding this marriage, regarding eternal love, regarding this King of Swords and this Queen of Swords coming together on this spiritual throne. They know the truth of things. And you've got this liar who's been martyring flames, earth angels, with this magic. Forbidden freaking magic. Letting go. There's, I saw in the astral, you got these third parties over there running brothels and stuff. And the pure, innocent, little virginal females, the true females, are being made to serve in these brothels by these third party enemies who are hating the feminine. They hate this woman. This is a wife, a High Priestess, who's expecting to come into her role here, her seat, her position on this spiritual throne, and she is on that throne in her Queen of Swords energy, speaking the truth. She knows the truth. You got a liar here trying to work up getting her martyred, or they're being martyred. They're being cast away for making life rough for people. This is a new chapter. This High Priestess has a gift, is the gift, is here in service. There's a message here. And balance. Balance is being restored. This High Priestess brings a state of perfect harmony into her world, and she does so without judgment. She provides services for the territory, for the people of the territory. This is crazy. You've got this chicken in fear. They're in fear. They're afraid of this High Priestess being in this limelight position. They want to unalive her. They want to get her kicked out. They've been voting on it. They want to unalive her, get her off that spiritual throne. They want to nullify the marriage contract between this High Priestess and this King of Swords, because they want to claim her energy. So not only do they want to get her evicted off this throne, they want to claim the energy, and then they want to abuse her. This is their thrill. She's a giant. She's like a soprano. Her frequency, her vibration, her knowing, her connections to the all that is throughout limitless numbers of universes is expansive. Her mind is wonderful, and she knows the truth. She's not here full of malice lying about people, wanting to unalive people because of a lie. She doesn't do that. She knows the truth, and she's just let go. She's just telling the truth is what she's doing. And people don't like the truth, especially when they're liars. So they're at a distance. She's not grieving. She's at peace. She's faithful to family. And she's grown in consciousness and awareness regarding this. She brings a state of perfect harmony to the world. She's a big old ace of cups of love, of peace, big old peace. You got a liar here that needs to use caution. They've lost, and they're getting reciprocity. Whatever they did, they weren't able to trap love. They weren't able to trap love, and there is a change here. They were deceiving. They were manipulative. They were tempted by the snake. They weren't able to bring you challenges. You're being congratulated. They were chasing after your fortune, and now they're being made blind, and they're in regret. They're blind and they're in regret. There's no backstory of any marriage of this particular earth angel. There's only magic and sacrifice. Identity theft. By the prideful, egotistical. They did it to many flames. They don't want the flames shining. They don't want the flames coming into their full potential. They want to have a brothel. They want this little realm to be shrunk in fear and open for them to sexually do whatever they want to anybody. It's crazy. There's a reunion, a soul tie. It's happy, you've got your wings. Somebody might be doing something to a pet, or maybe you're getting a new pet. King of Swords knows the truth. He knows the truth. We've got remember in the reverse. So somebody, these pleasure seekers who are trying to keep the sweethearts apart, it's like they can't find the location. Maybe they can't remember where you are. Maybe they're losing their mental. Maybe they can't remember where you are. They don't remember where the sweethearts are. You're leaving. There's no hesitation. Envy. You're leaving the envy behind. These things, these people, they envy you. They envy you. Why would they envy you when they could just do it? You know, you're into this. This is you, and this is them. And they envy you. And they want to force themselves on you. They want to take your place. It is so strange to me. Death. So they're trying to defend their beliefs regarding this fight. They want to communicate about their health. There's something going on. This prideful person is having a natural disaster. There's something about surviving. They're distant. They're made distant from the Lord, or the Lord is making them distant. And we've got death here. The Lord's bringing death. The Lord is bringing death. He's putting these prideful people away. Death, death, death. Knight of Pentacles has been working real hard, but he's still not seen as important. He's out of patience. His cup is empty. He's getting ready. There's preparations to be made. He wasn't able to sabotage you. Was not able to sabotage you. They're getting the letter. They got a letter. They got a letter from the health department. They might have gotten a letter from the health department. There could be something death. There's related. They were working long-term view. This has been their whole life's goal or something, to be a third-party enemy. They're praying, this foe, this scholar. They could be praying to the Ouija board or whatever spirits they they work with. They might be praying to them, and because eternal love has escaped, you're out of here. You've got, hey, I'm a sweetheart and I got my love. They missed their opportunity. This is a thief priest, and there's death here. They're surprised. They're surprised. Eternal love has escaped, and they're under judgment. And they're under judgment. The Lord is bringing death. We've got the Queen of Swords is here with the spiritual throne. She's telling the truth as she sees it. She's a high priestess, temperance angel. She's connected to what it is. And she knows the truth about what these ones have been doing in the other realms. The slave market, these other dimensional spaces where humans go to serve Mr. Schwinkster posing as a man, whatever. We got the dark side, death, and unexpected outcome. Third-party enemies are being let go. They're waiting for a sickness and a merchant. It's like you got disciplined here. This is this Queen of Swords is very disciplined. She's not full of malice. It's not her job to get vengeance on anybody. She's telling the truth about what it is that she knows as a high priestess, that these ones are fighting to martyr. They're fighting to martyr because they don't want the truth to come out about what they have been doing. She's a high priestess, temperance angel. She can see very clearly, as in her Queen of Swords energy. She's like, hey, I know exactly what you guys have been doing. And she's telling it. God is walking with her. She's supported by this King of Swords, who is her husband, obviously, whether it be in the spirit or otherwise. And you got a lot of bad mofos here trying to keep them apart, but they failed. But they failed. And you're grateful and thankful for your freedom from this. These ones are in denial and they're worried about it. They don't know what to do. They don't know what to do. Because you persevered and you're in your purpose. You're on your spiritual throne. They're in grief. They have to accept the things that cannot change. You're restoring peace and happiness to the territory. These are happiness haters. You're very courageous. You focus on the lighter side of life. You have gifts of the soul that benefit you and others. You support relationships that are for the highest good of the community, of people. These ones are afraid because you're trusting your inner voice. You're guided by the divine. It's not like the high priestess is in her ego saying, no, she's the wife of somebody way up there. We got some liars trying to martyr her. Whoever's lying on this person, it will be martyred. That's for sure. They're gonna be in trouble, man. Because the truth is out. The truth is out. Even when the whole world is lying on this high priestess, the truth is in her, and God can see the truth. So it's there. Regardless of how many illusions they try to cast, this source-connected, high-value temperance angel relays the truth, regardless of what they say. The adversity is in doubt, or they're in doubt because of their adversity. They were trying to blame you for their own crappy behavior, but you're an abundant, limitless being, and they have to accept responsibility for their own stuff. You're successful. You know there's no greater goal than to love, and you are here in service. You're not here to hurt anybody, to command anybody, to hurt anybody, to minimize anybody, to put people in the dark side. You're not here to set people up for failure and then drive them into it. This high priestess loves family and her partner. And she is a high value, honest person. Disciplined. She's not a liar. She's not a liar. And neither is that King of Swords. I hope this brings clarity to something that you already intuitively knew. And I'll see you on the next one, everybody. Bye.